Owen Benjamin tried to poison my lasagna.
That's how you're going to try and diss someone in a wheelchair? By saying that the wind blew them over? That's your slight jab at me, buddy? Nice try. Must be nice to try and make, jokes like that.
Found out about Owen Benjamin and the Unbearables. I can't remember exactly who told me about them. It might have been one of them who had reached out to me, actually. Long story short, in like March of 2018, I was looking to, of course, continue building the show, and I was looking for a group of networkers, kind of like-minded creative conservatives, and I was told about the Unbearables. I found out about Owen through the JRE podcast. To be honest, I wasn't really a big fan of him comedically. Like, I thought he was okay, but he wasn't, great. But I kind of liked what he was doing with the whole, anti-trans kids thing. That really spoke out to me. And in the beginning, the Unbearables seemed to be a great network. People who were doing creative stuff like art and design and podcasting and video production, parody, songs, musicianship, in the case of Chuck Boris, and just late night streams, which was how I met the original DZ guys. Of course, John Neary was my first interview for the brief period of time I was with the Bears. But here's the thing, Owen's not even a conservative. He's a fucking leftist, posing. He's a wolf in sheep's clothing. How dare you? Owen is doing the shit that mass shooters do before they go out and do a school shooting. Here's my manifesto. We need to get rid of the weak people, and I'm not saying he's going to be the one to do this.
An Australian man who murdered his wife with a pair of scissors, stabbed her in the chest.
This is a warning to the general public about Owen Benjamin. We warned you.
How dare you?
Must be nice.
According to him, the goat urinated on him first, in front of Amy.
all this gay talk is pissing off my German Shepherd.
Okay. There we are. Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Whitfield Report. I am your host, Sam Whitfield, broadcasting your life from South Florida. And boy, it's been a killer last couple of days, hasn't it? Literally. I got well, not just technical difficulties was getting. We had that, my router crashed, but then part of the reason why I was late was because right as I was hobbling in here with my rum and coke, I got a bad leg cramp. Which if you've ever had one of those, like I got one of those where like you literally have to sit down and like I guess just wait for it to resolve itself. Because even though I'm 26, like I have the joints of a fucking well, to say I have the joints of a 6-year-old man, that might be a little generous, but hey, at least I'm doing better than
the producer of that Alec Baldwin movie, though, right? Huh? Anyway, so in case you haven't heard the news, I heard that Alec Baldwin gave a killer performance the other day, so much so that it blew 2 people away. And yeah, that that joke it's interesting because this audience is used to way darker humor than that. But when I posted it on Facebook, I got a whole bunch of people who were like, "Too soon! How could you make that joke?" And I forget that, like, I'm not normal. I have a dark sense of humor. Therefore, I tend to fall into the trap of thinking that everyone shares my dark sense of humor because I hang out with internet people, degenerates all the time. And so when normal people come into contact with my sense of humor, I well, it's fun to make normal people uncomfortable, isn't it, Apex?
I'm late.
Don't
But
worry.
yeah.
We're
Yeah,
both
but
late.
I'd say it's time for one of the other Baldwin boys to shine now, don't you think, huh? Huh? I mean, Alex putting bullets in people on set.
Yeah,
And
I mean, you know, and I mean, I don't know what other Baldwin brothers there are. I think I know there's Adam Baldwin, but I'm not sure if they're even related to each other.
yeah, they definitely are. They look like exactly the same.
But
Yeah, there's a bunch of Baldwins, man. Like the Baldwin acting like brother thing. Yeah, like there's several of them.
you know what's funny is the people who were like, "Oh, you shouldn't have made that joke." They were like, you're just saying that about Alec Baldwin because you're a Trump guy, and Alec Baldwin is, and I'm like, okay, understand that I thought Alec Baldwin was a piece of shit before Trump even was a thing in politics. Like, Alec Baldwin being a terrible and shitty person has been like a meme before memes even existed. I'm not sure why people are all of a sudden pearl clutching. I mean, I understand why Hollywood is, but why average, everyday, normal people are? It's it's a
Because
bit crazy.
people are fucking retarded and they're fickle and they will go whichever direction whatever popular voice they listen to tells them to. You know, it's the curse of the modern fucking era, dude. It's why we're fucked because it's not, you know, the boomers and shit are all still hooked on CNN and Fox News and all that, but young people are coming up following their particular internet celebrity or their Tim Pools, their Alex Joneses, their fucking, and then beyond that, their niche theories, their fucking, you know, for some reason I'm only pulling up flat Earth because it's the most prominent, but there are thousands of them. Surely you're familiar, you know.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. We've been mired in some of them ourselves. I mean, for for fuck's sake, I mean, there were people who legit thought that gummies were poison for, you know, 2 years. So, not to dredge that up again, but
yeah, but just yeah, can't help yourself, can you? No, just kidding.
well,
But no, look, hey, you know, look, I didn't want to interrupt you, but the dark sense of humor is normal. Like what people that say, you know, dub things like dark sense of humor, unless you're like literally talking about death and just the most morbid shit ever all the time and laughing about it. That's what I consider a dark sense of humor, which I have quite a bit of that too.
I'm
But
I'm
just
kind of
uh,
getting that there. I have to admit.
no, no, but what I'm saying is that's just having a sense of humor. I mean, the world is a fucked up place. If you can't laugh at the shit going on around you, it doesn't mean you can't understand or accept the gravity of it. But for fuck's sake, what are you gonna do about it other than laugh and try? You know what I mean? Try to bring some brevity to the situation. For fuck's sake, pull the stick out of your ass,
What's
Sammy's Facebook friends.
what's really bad is when you start to amuse yourself with your own jokes, and you just start like laughing maniacally at your own jokes. Like the first literally the first thought I had when I saw that I guess Brian Laundrie's remains were found. I'm like, and this is a really hack bit, even for me, I must admit, but I thought to myself, I'm like, well, geez, I guess God does sort laundry then.
that's that's pretty good, man. Like that's funny. But you
Uh,
know what I thought was funny? And this is one that I paused on as far as like dark sense of humor and things to post. It didn't get any. I don't think I got a single like on it, but within a few minutes of one of those news Twitter accounts posting that they found confirmed his remains, I was like, how fucking funny. And I was thinking to myself, how funny is it going to be when it turns out that both of them were murdered by some fucking psychopath that's been following them because their internet personalities traveling all over the place and documenting it, posting it on the fucking internet. And the whole fucking world, I mean, people have been on that kid's parents' lawn and you know what I mean? Filming and harassing this fucking kid's family. You know what I mean? And all this other shit. What happened? How funny would it be if they were both murdered and
I I mean
Sorry.
that's kind of my theory. That's kind of my theory now. Um, you know, we've got some serial killer that that no one, well, maybe not a serial killer, maybe not that, at least not
Well, I
yet.
mean, serial. I wouldn't it be like a series of people? One would be more than one, right? So
Yeah,
if they killed two people, it would technically be a serial killer. In a you know what I mean? Especially if they're related like as closely as that.
yeah.
Anyway.
I picked a bad watch. I picked a bad week to start rewatching Mindhunter, or a good week, depending on how you look at it.
True.
So
True enough.
Whiskey says they were both murdered by the feds. Hey, Whiskey. At this point, anything is possible. In 2021, aliens from outer space could have beamed them up to their flying saucer thing, probed them to death, and then put their bodies back down on the earth like in some bizarre X-Files thing. And if someone were to tell me that happened, I would be like, it is 2021 after all. It is entirely plausible that happened.
Well, my first question would be, what drugs are you on? And can I have some? And also, do you have video evidence of what just happened to you? If not, can I also still have some of those drugs we were just talking about?
I mean,
Sammy, oh, go ahead.
I've got rum, and that's pretty good.
No,
But
not you. I'm talking about the niggas that in that hypothetical you're just talking about.
I
Yeah.
I know. But
But
seriously,
I just
I have the
no, go
house.
ahead.
I have the house all to myself for the next couple days, and I've got rum.
Oh fuck. So does
So-
that hold on? Does that mean? Oh my god! I need to disclose this to the audience because I was not able to upload it. It's not even really a usable clip. I was going to put commentary over it, but I thought I would wait until the next stream. So you're all aware, or anyone that is, that we did a stream last week. We ended at about an hour and a half, and then we did an after show. Well, wait, did we talk about it during the after show? No, we didn't. It was after the after show. We got off the air, and
No, it was
whiskey.
it was in between shows.
Was it? Okay, so I did explain it to the audience already. Well, at least for the after show audience.
Yes.
So what I gather from Sammy saying he's got the house all to himself is he will be just Lieutenant Danning his ass around the fucking house and flopping off of that. Because I mean, it's not like if you had some sticks, bro, or like some canes, you could maybe wheel around on that office chair. But I doubt that would be very efficient. I heard you talking about a cramp you got. I imagine you get cramps crawling around. How the fuck does Ricky Berwick do it, by the way? He looks like
I
that poor guy.
I have no idea how that I have no idea how that fucker is even alive, to be honest. People feel bad for me, and I'm like
Look at this guy.
I'm like well, I'm at least good looking. So,
Ricky's a legend, man.
that he
but
is.
But anyway, yeah. So something else that's really funny. I don't know what you had for show notes, but I sent you something on Discord DMs, and it is
I just saw that.
it is a Reuters fact-checking article. And I'm just going to read the headline for the audience here. It says U.S. President Joe Biden's hand gesture at a CNN town hall in Baltimore did not indicate white power, contrary to claims on social media. He made the hand gesture while saying corporations pay, quote, 0 cents, end quote, in response to a question about tax rates. And I'm sure Sammy will be able to pull this up on screen here momentarily. But Joe Biden does the, index to thumb and then all the remaining 3 fingers in the air over his eyeball. It's actually more of like a traditional, like Illuminati, I guess, symbolism. But, there's been motherfuckers kicked out of Wrigley Field for doing this symbol on, on camera, incidentally.
Yeah.
Everybody across the fucking board since 4chan made it a thing. It was another op by 4chan, very successful one, as many of them have tended to be. And now it's just the reversal. When Joe Biden is sticking the thing in front of his face, like just as right in front of you as it could. No, well, hold on, guys. It's not always a white power thing. He was saying a thing when he did it. It means something else, which, by the way, is also bullshit. But that's besides.
Well, and I love how they're picking up on this as Joe Biden, using white power, as opposed to, I don't know, Joe Biden saying that Barack Obama was the most clean and articulate black man he'd ever met, or saying things like Mitt Romney wants to put black people back in chains, or any number of things, right?
Yeah, for sure. I saw some other funny stuff from the CNN town hall there in Baltimore, where he was like powered down or something, and then it looked like he was holding the mast of, or like the wheel of a ship, like he was transported back to his childhood days of pirating or
the three what's this
the 3 poses of an 80s / early 90s action figure. These are the only 3 you could do, and it's true.
yeah, no, it is true.
Man, there's like little dinosaur figurines at even the stores that I've worked at recently that have like articulated mouths and arms, and even like raptors with little articulated claw toes. It's like, what the fuck? Dude, my little dinosaur plastic toys when I was a kid, you could barely tell they were dinosaurs. They were, You knew they were the color, or you knew they were the dinosaur because they correlated to the color on the package. Oh, that's green. That one's a green one. That one's T-Rex. No, it looks like the Stegosaurus. No, bullshit. It's green. The package says green one's T-Rex. You know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
well, like, so when I was a kid too, I had like those like dollar store like army men, and they you had like the army, which were the green guys, the Marines, which were like the blue guys, and then something. What was funny was like they had like all of the different branches of the military, but like the only way you could tell the difference between the two were like by what color the little figurines were. That was literally the only difference
Right.
between
Yeah, exactly.
between them. Um,
Absolutely. So, what's up, Johnny Arcade in the chat, and everyone else in chat? I did not say hi to everybody.
a friend of mine challenged me to say something nice about Joe, or no, not something nice, something positive about Joe. And so I will say that I think Biden, for all of his faults, has been one of the most meme-worthy presidents ever.
Yeah, as funny as Trump was, you know, Biden, it really is good for comedy.
I mean,
Trump was a comedian. You know, they didn't leave a whole lot of room for people to. They just left room for people to imitate. You know, uh, and I mean room to mock, but to little success. You know what I mean? He was too alpha in his presentation. You know, in his stage presence. Um, yeah, but Biden is very funny.
yeah,
So, oh god.
inadvertently so. But
There's something
uh,
else we need to talk about, buddy, and I don't know if you want to talk about it now or if you want to talk about it at all. But I know for sure that dozens of people I follow on Twitter are not going to like this, assuming they hear it at all.
is it the food chain? Is it the supply chain going to shit? Because
No.
Tim Dillon actually managed to make that funny. But no,
Well,
what's
I DM'd you another Twitter link to our good friend Porcelain.
let's I
Do you want to go in? Do you want to get
I
into that?
I believe I know what this is. I haven't really been paying much attention, but
Oh
I
boy, howdy.
I bel- I if if last night was any indication as I was scrolling through uh Twitter while simultaneously watching really bad B movies from the 1980s, I think I know what this is. So
Well, um, I'm going to dictate this
oh
to the
oh my
podcast
god, oh
audience.
my god, it is exactly what I thought it is.
Yes, it is. Um,
All
again,
right.
so so for the podcast listeners, um, this appears to be on screen here the result of a FOIA request, and it appears to be from Mersh at Mersh Comedy or Mersh Comedy at whatever the email is.
At Gmail.
Anyway, I'm just gonna read this off here. It says the first link is a thread about us on a web page or on a website message board that is completely dedicated to doxing and harassing people on the internet. Kiwi Farms gained notoriety during the Christchurch massacre in New Zealand. The thread was originally started by a community of fans of a show called Pod Awful, hosted by Jesse, and an English YouTuber by the name of Adam, I believe, Porcelain something, in the thread. I even provided my own post showing screenshots of them planning the thread on the website. These people are the ones behind our own doxing and public publishing of our addresses. We have had attempts at swatting at our homes as well, which you can confirm with Detective Kennedy of the Polk County Sheriff's Department here in Florida. You can contact them at Redacted. The Pod Awful people are truly criminal sociopaths. And rumor has it that they actually had a female in their fan base trick a mentally challenged guy into sending her provocative pictures of himself that they released publicly. These are really messed up people, and then there's some threads linked. So, okay, some of the more well-known names in the community are Alan Powell, no relation to Jesse, David something, and somebody else. Most of these people are failed YouTubers who see us as their quote-unquote enemy and are trying to make a name for themselves by destroying our lives. However, their obsession has deepened to the point where it's began to manifest itself into criminal activity like doxing, which is not illegal, swatting, which is illegal, but there's no proof of that, and this most recent incident where they have apparently tried to doctor evidence of wrongdoing on my part. And then he links Alan Powell, our very own, and our very proud boy, a very proud daddy I am of that young boy there, young Alan Powell of ours, because the road trip to Ursa Manor is the gift that just keeps on giving.
It really is.
It really is. It really fucking is. And I hope Alan is free that he can come in here and talk about this a little bit. But there's I first heard tale of this on Twitter, and it is apparently confirmed as far as it can be confirmed on my end. But there is other people, including Mersh's biggest pay pig, someone named Arnold, I think, has put in his own FOIA request for these very documents. And Mersh said he was going to show evidence of Alan trying to swat him on last night's Nightwave, but then canceled last night's Nightwave because he had a vet appointment with his cat at 10 a.m. today.
I was gonna ask if you saw that clip on Alan's channel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So the greatest troll has struck again, and I don't know. I find it unreasonable how much joy when I this first popped up into my life when I first started reading this, how happy it made me. Just like how funny it is to me. And if it's all assuming it's all true, Mersh has neither confirmed nor denied, but apparently I've been told by the most reputable of sources that I can be told on this subject that if he denies it, he is fucked. He's fucked. He can't deny it because this is true. Like what we're looking at is this actually happened. Like there's no falsification here. Apparently, from information I've been told, I could be lied to. I'm too lazy to put in my own FOIA request, so we'll just wait for other people to do it. But the point is Mr. Tough Guy. Like it's just like the leftist meme, like, you know, defund the police. But wait a minute, that doesn't mean I can't call them if you know, you're troubling my property. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's even funnier? No one has talked about this either, but I find hilarious that Mersh's excuse is that he doesn't want to get up to go to a 10:30 vet appointment. Like,
no, he didn't want to miss it. He said he didn't want to do a show. He didn't want to stay up getting drunk, and miss the appointment at 10 in the morning. Now, Sammy, I have done this show with you and gotten really drunk until well past midnight a couple of times, maybe not that many. And I know at least once I was very late for work. But I've gotten up and driven,
exactly
30 miles to my job and feel like shit. Like, so it's not a good excuse. I mean, if it's the one he wants to stick with, then that's fine. But it's not. It does not hold any water. Again, if you're gonna play a game like you're some kind of real dude.
Exactly.
That's just another nail in your coffin,
Well,
if you ask me.
that's what I find. That's what I find funny. Like that's what I find hilarious. Is he's making up excuses, but his excuse is actually lamer than telling the truth. That's the funny thing. Like if you're going to make a bullshit excuse, at least try to make it sound somewhat, legitimate. Like say you have a family emergency or something, instead of, yeah, I don't want to miss a 10:30 vet appointment, so and I can't do the show without getting drunk, or
Yeah,
messing
or like just keep it reasonable. Do a show, hang out with your fans for a fucking 90 minutes or something. You know what I mean? Do 10 to fucking midnight or something. Do a 2-hour fucking show. Like what? How hard is that? From midnight, you can't fall asleep from midnight and get up early enough to take. Even if you got to drive a motherfucking hour to that vet, motherfucker. If your job is to entertain your fans and you're going to take a day off because for a reason like that, and that being you're going to make that your excuse publicly. Now if that was your actual reason and you just said, sorry guys, I have an important um medical appointment, some sort, like I have an important appointment in the morning, I don't want to miss it, and leave it at that. Instead, the idiot put his foot in his mouth and had to give out details and times and what it actually is. And even Royce, I love that. Royce is like, "Are you really? You're really just gonna like really? I'm sorry, guys. I tried. Shout out to Royce. Royce seems like a decent enough one. I don't pay enough attention to know or care, but
yeah, I know that people are like, well, Royce is just as bad, but I will say that, like, Royce does seem like a good.
well, he's probably he probably doesn't.
I wouldn't say good dude, but decent at least.
Yeah, again, I have no idea. I just know that I haven't seen nearly. He's clearly not nearly as memeable. He doesn't say nearly as many stupid fucking things that contradict himself.
There are moments though, and I've noticed it ever since the election, where Merch will be saying something on RTC about the election, and all of a sudden you'll just see Royce get this really weirded out, uncomfortable look on his face, like, I can't believe you just said that, or something like that.
Right.
I I once started a meme before you became co-host. It was a few years ago when they were arguing about something, and I started a meme that I was going to take over as Royce's co-host for Revenge of the Sith, and
Oh yeah.
and people two people actually bought it. That was the funny thing too. So, no, I'm not planning on taking over any shows, except for, expanding this show's reach, and maybe if Jeremy gets tired of the interest of stuff, maybe we'll take over that too at some point. I'm not sure, but yeah.
Yeah, so I'm seeing that maybe I misheard or misremembering the clip. He said he had to wake up at 10. His appointment was at at noon or later, something like that. Which I guess, that's nuance, because again, it does, even if his appointment was at 10 fucking a.m. and he had to drive an hour to get there. I don't care. Like, that's not an excuse to working a job, like a traditional shit job, you know, where you got to go and clock in, and you have bosses, there's managers, and it goes up a fucking chain all the way down to the lowly employees. If my employees, which to be honest with you, I'm in a position I can't really tell them no. But if they're like, "Well, sorry, I can't close tonight because I've got to take my cat to the vet at 10 in the morning." Like, bro, we close at 9. You'd be home before 9:30. That's more than 12 hours. Well, yeah, but I don't sleep well, and I've got medical issues because I was born in fucking 2003, and I'm perfectly able to walk and do everything fine. I'm not overweight. I'm just sad. I'm sad, and I have autism too, by the way, and so I can't sleep. So I need 14 hours to prepare to drive my cat 30 minutes down the fucking street. It's what I mean, like, put it into context like that. Like
No,
this dude's talking about.
I'm laughing because that's literally every Zoomer's excuse now, though, is that they have autism or something.
Well, I mean, again, I've seen Mersh, play that card before. I saw the, when he was allowed on Twitter still at one point. Him and his fans were using the heart jigsaw piece, like, "Oh, I have autism," but again, he playing it off as a meme. Like, dude, just say you're retarded. I mean, just admit you're not that cool, you're not that smart, you're just retarded. And people like hearing you talk about things because you heard those things and you can reiterate them in ways that people find entertaining. And sometimes you get fucking loud and you fucking deep throat your microphone like every goddamn old podcaster does. I don't know why I'm talking like old fucking some redneck version of some podcast guy. Holy shit, we have a legend in the chat. Hello, sir.
Oh, no fucking way! Alan, how the hell are you, my friend? We have an exclusive.
What's up, Alan?
Not much. Just enjoying all this debauchery and craziness of Mersh's world exploding and imploding.
It is fun, isn't it? I mean, I enjoy it on any level. And to be honest with you, Sammy, if some crazy shit came out about you and you sat and squirmed, I would probably laugh harder than any because I'm closer to you. But because there's, you know what I mean? What am I supposed to do about it other than laugh? I'm not I enjoy the hell out of it is what I'm getting at. So, Alan, what can you tell us about this police report here? Did you file for this? Is this your doing or what's up here?
No,
No.
JJ and I think it was Arnold or probably one of the other like Mersh loyalists were going crazy on the Mersh Reddit, and I guess that inspired Douche Nozzle to bring up like an old FOIA that he'd seen and saved to his computer, and he couldn't post it to the Reddit, so he posted it to his own channel. And he's like, "Hey, check this out." And then as soon as I saw it, I was like, "Holy shit, it's the holy fucking grail." And then I started posting it everywhere, like Twitter, Reddit, and I made a video about it.
Yeah. Your YouTube channel changes, I feel like, every time I go to it, the name of it.
Yeah, I try to switch it up.
Keep it fresh. Hell yeah.
There's always someone that I'm trying to piss off when I do it.
I would expect nothing less, man. I'm humbled by your presence, dude.
Yeah.
I don't even know how many years ago it was that I started kicking over fence posts and digging into the dirt out there.
Yeah.
I had no idea what this would become. I mean, and that's another thing that may be lost in time is the original Ursa Manor video had me duped. When I first watched it, I jumped on, I don't even remember who, I think Future Nobody, I think, was doing a stream about it. And I was in chat like, is he really fucking driving there, dude? Because I don't pay that much attention. It was perfectly edited to for people that don't pay attention.
Exactly.
Masterful. It was fucking masterful, which is why it will live in infamy in some categories and in the halls of grandeur in others. But it truly is the gift that keeps on giving, because that's where all of this stems from. You
Yep.
know what I mean? It really is. Merch, I'll never forget the look and that fucking turn.
That was the only time I think he streamed on a Saturday.
Oh my
Was
god!
his reaction to it.
Jesus, that was amazing. It really was. And I was in the chat. Like, I think I'm sure clips of that still exist. I don't know if you can find me in there, but I swear to God, I was in there. Like, Alan Powell did nothing wrong. Alan Powell did nothing wrong. Like, he's funny. At the time, again, oh God, that's good. And now we got this motherfucker filing police report. I don't know what Jesse gets up to, and I don't know what Jesse's fans get up to. Doxing is whatever. It's obviously not illegal, but it doesn't mean.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't really care. But if you're going to be an internet personality, in the sense, if you're not at least prepared for it, you have to. I don't know. I mean, it seems asinine to be so.
Well, I'm old enough to remember when Merch was promoting Jesse as like the greatest thing ever. Like, Merch used to say that Jesse was gonna be like the next Howard Stern or something like that. It wasn't that long ago, and now anytime someone tries and bring that up, I never liked Pineapple. But it's like,
Yeah, he was always a fucking Spurg.
He was always a Spurg, and we never went to Compound Media together, even though there are photos all over the internet of us together and drinking and whatnot. Those photos are fake.
And now he's saying that the Bam Margera bit that Jesse did was his. He's like telling other people that he did that.
Dude, it's amazing because it's a cycle that you can watch that I feel like I've witnessed repeatedly in people from the big retard that shall not be named all the way to Mersh and a handful of nobodies in between. Like, it's some sort of neurosis or something that happens when you get internet clout, internet fame, internet fandom, or whatever. And I don't imagine it's much different than, actual celebrity or the old-fashioned celebrity when people would become movie stars and whatever. But it's just distributed.
Parasocial relationships.
Right. Yeah, it's just handled and distributed differently. So it's like, who dubbed the Mersh effect? Was that Jesse?
Jesse, yeah.
Jesse from yeah. The Mersh effect is absolutely applicable to Mersh, but it's applicable across almost every e-celeb that's ever gone down in any sort of flames. You know what I mean? Like, they all act in a very similar way. You know what I mean?
But
like,
with Mersh, there's like a mafioso loyalty to him. Like, it's all because they all do shows. Like, they just watch The Sopranos way too much, and they think that they're internet Sopranos.
It sounds a lot like the fucking Owen and his Bears, right?
Worse.
You know what I mean?
Because Owen would at least try to draw back his Spurs, his Bears. Mersh completely, he's like, go, do whatever you want to do. Gloves are off.
Well, until it the same thing happens to him, and then he's like, "Wow, well, I mean, I feel like I've seen that happen where he, I've seen him send his chat to Owen's chat, and tell him about Crowder being, gay or whatever, or a bisexual or whatever the fuck that was. That was years. God damn, it feels like fucking 10 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
But he, and then being mad when people raid his chat and say any number of things like, what about this police report? Or just ignore it in general, I guess.
Or just say something that's not what he's talking about.
Right, yeah. Hi, Nacho. But yeah, so incredible stuff, man. It really is. And okay, yeah, he doesn't stream on the weekends, right? He doesn't stream on Saturday or Sunday normally anyway.
Not usually.
There's only one that I've seen him do on Saturday. And that was right after I made the video.
Yeah, that was the the infamous Alan Powell rebuttal where
He left like half.
Shoot that man. Shoot that man. Kill that fucking guy.
I disavow.
That was
Kill that man where he stands.
That was also and Johnny, I believe if Johnny's in the chat, he can confirm this as well. But like shortly after the Allen thing, that was also when Merch was like, "Fuck John Arcade, fuck the DZ," and you know, basically like fuck Chuck, fuck all those guys. I mean, like the heel turn.
Yeah.
Came like,
dude, even going back years ago when those motherfuckers would use I mean, at least a couple of times they used my clips, but would cut my fucking awesome intro out. Just put the clip up. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, they used a lot of our content.
Yeah,
like
for
Johnny's,
sure.
a lot of Johnny's, a lot of mine, a lot of yours, even some of Sammy's, a lot of Chuck's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no credit ever, which again, I never gave a fuck about that, but it's just the observation because again, in this sphere, this is different, you know, and even in traditional media, if you, for example, I was right behind a school bus that fucking flipped over on a highway about 6 years ago. And,
nice.
Not for comedic effect, but it was full of black children. But it was upside down when I drove by it. And I mean, I was fucking 45 seconds behind this bus as it flipped over. So I had my phone out and I filmed this shit and I posted it to my YouTube channel. And I had that was back when YouTube had a private message feature, but I was DM'd by, commented and DM'd by several reporters asking me permission to use my footage, and then they used my footage, clipped it however they wanted, and put my little fucking YouTube channel little watermark somewhere on the screen. That's how traditional media works. Now on the internet, you don't really have to do that as long as it's transformative or whatever. I don't think any of that shit is necessary, to be honest with you. But in the interest of tradition and just kind of how things work, like you just don't see the internet creators of prominence don't do shit like that.
Well,
I mean, people like Hassan, I guess, on Twitch do. You know, they make a shitload of money stealing people's content. So, I mean, if that's your model, if that's what you want to be like, then by all means. But go ahead, Sammy. Sorry.
I mean, I guess the thing that bugged me. So like, okay. So I was okay with us like not, like just giving the story of Owen and everything to Revenge of the Sith. That was all okay, and we didn't need credit. But then then I guess for them to act like they were the ones who found independently and that they saved us, that was kind of like the whoa, hold on a sec there, guys. So,
They mistook our pity for appreciation, or like thinking that they're awesome. They're like, no, I thought you were lazy. You couldn't clip your own videos, so kind of help you out there.
Yeah,
the classic gamma misjudgment, man. See, that's why we're.
And it's funny because like Mersh, the things he said about me is like true for like his actual Mersh Effect people. So like, I don't get how they don't realize that he hates them. Like they don't put two and two together. that he's
Well,
talking
they
about them.
see if I know. That's another thing. If I know anything,
They literally
from
call him Night Daddy.
well, listen again. If I know anything from my time here trolling around on e-celeb side of the internet, and in particular from the Owen shit, some of his most prominent praisers have fallen, and they do, and they almost always do eventually, and they become
There's,
the most prominent detractors in some cases. You know.
yeah, but of course the ones that do stay are just get more and more radicalized.
Well,
Like,
and, you know,
well, I think Zen Rhino's gone now, but Arnold Nicotino is one of the long time holdout, and of course JJ, but he's like, I think he's actually like special, you know, like in the head.
yeah. Well, man, look,
Like,
that's the thing is, I said before I brought this up, Sammy, I said I'm probably if anyone on Twitter listens to this, or let's say all of my 309 followers happen to listen to this, I would probably lose 50 of them because I know most of them aren't Mersh and Nightwave and ROTC fans. And as I said earlier, I have no opinion really of Mersh. He seems all right. From what I've seen, he's a traditional,
You-
just kind of
Do you mean Royce?
no. Did I say Royce? What did I say? Did I say Mersh?
you said Mersh.
Oh fuck, I meant Royce. Yeah. I'm sorry. Uh, but yeah. I mean, I don't really. You guys can listen to whatever you want, but if you're gonna hate me for my opinion of your particular e-celeb, you shouldn't follow me because I make fun of everyone,
Well,
myself and if your particular internet god acts like a fucking retard, or if there's evidence is presented, I'm not gonna do the research. I don't care. It's funny to me. I'm gonna laugh at it. So,
Well-
I sorry, not sorry.
You can't criticize me. I get $2,000 a month in donations.
well, and the well,
Hell yeah,
and,
dude.
well, and then like the funny thing is, so last week, like I put that clip up of Rogan like referencing Owen on his show, right? Like it, like we never did a stream about it or anything like that, and I got like a message from a guy I know who's still a bear who is probably still watching this. So if you are, hi. But he
Get it
was,
out.
But he was like, oh, so you are still obsessed with Owen, you are? And I'm like, I didn't do a show on him. I just loaded a clip, and then he's like, well, yeah, but why is John Arcade uploading Owen videos again? Like, you need to tell your boy. This is what I love. You need to tell your boy.
His entire internet presence is dedicated to me.
Yeah.
You need to tell your boy Johnny to step off Owen. And I'm like, I don't. What you people fail to understand, to use your terminology, Voxel. What you people fail to understand is I don't control Johnny. I don't control Alan. I don't control Apex. Shocker, I know. But
That's how they think because that's how they operate. They think other people operate like that too, and it's not real.
They're
Well, I do have to confess. Hold on, before the glitch in the programming corrects itself, that Sammy absolutely controls all of us from that chair. We do not control. Sorry, what was I saying?
You were saying how great Sammy is.
Oh, Sammy's dude, he's awesome, and he definitely never, suggests anything for me to say about anything. It's all my own opinions.
Thank
Was it
you.
objective?
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, and listen, I know every once in a while JJ Stoner does watch this, so JJ, on the off chance that you are watching this, instead of hating on Ellen, why don't you just talk to him. Or
The funniest thing is he calls me crunchy because he's making fun of my teeth, and like he has teeth that are literally worse than mine, and that's the first person I've ever seen that have teeth that are worse than mine.
Well, see, and you know, and personal jabs, and all that. That, you know, we could do that all day. That's what the internet used to be, and it was fun. You know, that's when the
Yeah.
internet was harmless. I feel like we're beyond that. But I do appreciate that level of, you know, just jabbing it. You know what I mean? Just fucking with people. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, nobody's trying to get anybody fired. You're just
Yeah.
saying your teeth are fucked up, and your
Yeah,
teeth are
it's
more
busting
fucked up,
chops.
and you're fucking ugly, and no, fuck you, dude. Like, your dog is short or
I'm-
something. You know?
I'm Lieutenant Dan, so
Well, Sammy, look, I cannot express to the audience, and I hope one day I get a recreation, just what that looked like, because you could see Sammy when he turned around in that little office chair of his, and he flopped onto the fucking ground, and he propped himself up on his arms. You could see that he remembered his camera was still on, and he's already the fuck down there. What's he gonna do? He's got a beer to go get, and he went and he got it. And I didn't hit record in time. I was so flabbergasted. It was amazing. And it was perseverance personified by our young crippled friend here,
it's
our host.
it's a good thing that I was going to grab a beer and not doing something else. Something. It's
Well, look, dude, if you flopped onto the ground with your dick in your hand and you remembered your camera was on and you continued to jack it and you were like, ah, fuck it. Look, you would deserve everything that came to you. It would, again, flash back to 10 minutes ago, and I was like, if you fucked up, I would not laugh at you, and I would probably put a bullhorn on that shit because, you know, how would everybody else laugh at it with me?
I mean, Louis C.K. is one of my favorite comedians, but I'm not trying to impersonate him to that level. I just want to clarify. So,
You had to clarify what?
I want to clarify that while I like Louis C.K., I don't want to imitate him to that level of admiration.
Jerking off into potted plants in front of, you know, or something. I hope not, man.
Yeah, well,
You need to get that little wiener into that pussy. Get it out of your hand. You know, you ain't that rich or famous. If you get that rich and famous, then you, by all means, jerk off into fucking fake potted plants, bro.
Well, if you get that rich and famous and you're still that lonely, then shit. You know, I feel bad for you. So,
If you something, whatever Sammy just said, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems with whatever Sammy said ain't one.
I almost feel bad for Merch. Almost, but not quite.
That's a good question. Do you think, Alan, do you suppose anyone involved in this alleged report going to file or is going to pursue any sort of legal action, including yourself?
Well, I'm hoping that some sort of criminal investigation goes on, and once he's charged and convicted of that, like a civil case is, pretty much open a win for me.
Yeah, because
by,
I mean,
by then his character is already established as terrible.
Yeah, because this would establish a what would it be called, malicious, filing a false report maliciously or something like that, or just a false report in general.
Even going after him civilly would pretty much fall back on Royce because the joint LLC in both of their names. Because Merce doesn't actually have property or anything that it could collect on.
Oof.
So I'd basically be getting nothing, for all my trouble if I just went after him,
Sure.
Well, Well, but then that brings the other thing too, because like so I've been hearing from kind of the Mersh echo chamber that uh oh, Alan's just jealous of Mersh's success and he just wants Mersh's
Oh,
money.
I love that. I love that. Go
That's
ahead, though.
if they knew how much money I made and how successful I was, like with a real job, and how I kind of look down on most YouTubers. Like YouTube should not be a job for anyone, like a main job. It's a side hustle, Like
Yeah.
once you start actually thinking you're something because you're on YouTube, you're lost a few screws. And
You're lost. Exactly. Thank you.
screws
Exactly.
loose.
Yeah.
You know what? Power to
Yeah,
anybody
that's
that makes
morally
money.
inept.
Yeah, power to anybody that makes money off of YouTube. The second you see it as a primary source of income, and you're not some sort of, some tiny minority of like expert that's exercised from their field, which I can't even think of an example. People like I don't even know. I can't think of one. But scientists or archaeologists or whatever, like people that are experts in their field that you know aren't popularly published, but still have important information. Um, Even they get grants from places, so that's not a good example. But yeah, no. Sorry, that's just a long-winded way of agreeing with you.
I mean,
Unless hold on, unless you're in a rape chair, but in that case, you should, if you watch or listen to this any handsome young fella who tends to wear a sport coat sometimes, and his hair is variously cut depending on the time of year, but he's always handsome. You should go to patreon.com
the wi- forward slash
the
Whitfield
Whitfield report.
Like
Yeah, the / the Whitfield report.
just to prove a point of how much more that I make. In the time that Merce said he wanted to get an AK, I bought 3, and they're all at least over $1,000. One of them was over $2,000, as I've shown on my channel.
And I would assume you built that fancy fucking rifle / magazine holder that is now available on for free, correct? Yeah, the plan.
Yeah, my OnlyFans. Yeah,
you're yeah, well, you're making a lot of money for a dog walker.
Yeah, just a fucking dog walker.
yeah. What do you
This
do?
fucking
Clip the
loser.
poops out of Dalmatians' butts?
Yeah, right.
Dalmatians don't have long hair. They don't need butts clipped.
Yeah, hypoallergenic.
But I mean, but I also brought up and I did this as a troll, but one of them I'm like yeah, but what you don't know is that Alan is a dog walker for all the
The Illuminati.
Well, okay. Now I got clarification on that. I was just gonna say that you were probably like a.
This isn't live, is it?
No, it is. It is live. It is live. So, oops, you just revealed the. You just revealed the secret. I was gonna say that you were a dog walker for Beverly Hills like housewives. So that's why you were making lots of money.
That was my in.
But
Hell yeah.
but
He's a fucking.
You walk dogs for the wives.
He's a gigolo, dude. That makes sense. You're a handsome fucking dude. Those teeth. Look, they don't matter. They don't matter. Look,
Austin Powers got nothing on me.
well, hey,
dude. Exactly.
well, hey,
It's Alan Power.
Well, hey, look, those Hollywood housewives are all nymphomaniacs. They're into some strange stuff.
No,
So,
dude. Housewives are the nastiest fucking human beings. At least in this country, maybe on this continent. South Americans too. Probably Canadians as well.
oh,
But the bitches that've been married for 10, 15 years. Easy pickings, man.
5 years here. I had a yoga mom like hit on me the other day at the Dunkin' Donuts with her kid in the stroller.
I respect your restraint for not engaging the Doc Ock fucking arms on that chair and taking her home with you.
I mean,
But
her kid was right there. I'm not heartless.
well,
We're
you
not.
could have taken the kid too. I'm sure you have some Star Wars figurines or something the kid can play with.
Yeah, I, I'm sure I still do around here somewhere. Although lots of my
Look,
Star
just
Wars stuff got stolen right before I moved here. But
well, look, Star Wars was just a placeholder, buddy. You could just pull those books down out of that case behind you, just throw them onto the floor. The kid will be fine. Let him flip through them, roll mom into the other room.
if the kid wants to learn about beer and like craft brewery and whatnot, then sure.
Oh, for
But
God's sake, Sam. Look, we're just trying to occupy the kid. You're trying to get mom away from the kid for a second, all right?
yeah, that's true.
Keep Florida
that is
guys.
true.
Did you guys see the working theory I have on the Mersh Reddit?
No,
I did not.
I don't.
It's pretty comprehensive. Maybe you can pull it up on the screen there. But it's actually a really good, I think it's a pretty good foundation for prosecution for Mersh.
Yeah,
Can you send it to him in DMs or something, like a link?
A link, yeah, totally.
Yeah, so he doesn't have to scramble and look like a goddamn boomer.
Well, and also let me make sure I'm.
It took a whole 30 minutes to write it out.
Let me make sure I'm also logged into the correct Reddit account as opposed to my not.
See, Sammy, a perfect example. If you'd have logged in with your, some porn account and it came out and everyone mocked you, I would absolutely.
All right, it's in chat.
Absolutely laugh at you. I'm sorry, I would.
No, I would laugh at myself. You probably. So.
Boy, if the people saw what I got up to on Discord in the year of 2020.
Oh, I'm sure.
Well, in 2021, I guess. Look, a lot of people were lonely, all right? Locked up in their houses.
Oh, yeah.
Hot.
People were locked up in 2020.
I wasn't, but some really beautiful women on the
if you can call them people.
East Coast.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Jolly, is that you? That was a Jolly.
Hell yeah, dude.
That was a Jolly.
Oh, we do have to talk about something I want to mention while whatever Sammy's doing. Is this little document was brought up in the Mad at the Internet stream, which is run by Joshua Moon, the owner and proprietor of Kiwi Farms, as Ethan Ralph used to say.
Kiwi Farms that was spawned by the Christchurch massacre?
Exactly. Gained notoriety, in fact.
Interesting.
No, I thought it was really, really funny. Not only hearing Josh mention, your name in particular, but apparently Mersh was in the chat. And
God, what an idiot!
Josh got all uncomfortable by it. He's like, "This fucking guy is like trying to be all like, no, I'm just trying to."
That means he was looking around for people talking about it, like desperately.
Exactly. He's like, "Nightwave Radio's in the chat." Like, excuse me. He was all out anyway. Yeah. So you can.
I don't think he's going to be able to walk back his claims against Kiwi Farms.
Yeah, the whole Christchurch thing. Yeah, dude. Again, if it's real, and I can only assume that it is at this point, he fucked up so bad invoking the Kiwis, man.
He never thought this would get out.
Probably not. I would imagine not. Yeah.
And
Even though,
I'm actually.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was going to say I'm considering FOIAing, like all the records from the Polk County Sheriffs, like of all their contacts with the Royce resident, Mersch residents, etc., and like all the claims against them.
Real quick, I'll go to the Mersch thing in a sec, but I do want to point out that the r/Norm Macdonald subreddit is always worth following.
Oh, I did want to say earlier that regardless of what Alec Baldwin is or what he has done, I will never not be pleased with his performance in 30 Rock. 30 Rock is really funny still.
You like The Big Bang Theory?
No, not at all.
I see I mean, they're different types of comedy. One way overuses laugh track and has no comedic lines, but I don't know.
I've never actually watched The Big Bang Theory, so I shouldn't say that I don't like it. I've never really.
Consider yourself lucky. It's really bad.
Okay.
It's torture.
Good.
Yeah, it's horrendous.
It's derivative.
Derivatives, fuck.
Movie star Alec Baldwin has announced he will take a break from acting. Or no, I need to.
Newfound passion of killing. Movie star Alec Baldwin has announced he will be taking a break from acting to focus on his newfound passion, killing. That's good.
Let's see. Okay, now let's go. Now let's go to Mersch.
Go ahead.
Wow. Well, damn.
Sheely.
Okay. So where are we going here, Alan?
Did you see the link in the Reddit or in the chat?
He sent you a link in the chat.
The files are in the computer.
In chat or Sam live links? Which
in
one?
the chat and the YouTube.
Oh, in the YouTube chat.
Come
on, Sam, get with the fucking program, Sam. Jeez.
In the YouTube chat. well, I'm sorry. It's not.
You can also do new on the thing and then look down for the same energy headline. Right now, you're looking through top.
I got to be honest with you guys. I'm looking at Mersch in this frame here. Aside from those fucking retarded ass glasses and whatever jacket he's wearing, actually, never mind. Almost everything.
He's trying to be the guy from The Girl Next Door.
Other than the hairstyle, and not even the hairstyle, because when I was whatever fucking like early 20s, he is there. My hair was long as fuck.
The caption should be, "I'm bad news, ladies."
Dude, those sunglasses that were, and that eyeball, Jesus fuck! I just now noticed his left eye. Holy goddamn! Jesus Christ!
Looks possessed.
Holy shit!
So is he trying to be like Neo from? I mean,
dude, hold on, Sammy. Look,
it's a wrestling thing.
You were probably 6 years old when he took that picture. I'm just literally just throwing a number out there. So, I mean, I'll give him some slack for being retarded in that sense. But look, there's no excuse for that eyeball. And if chat cannot see my cursor circling over it.
Maybe he lost an eye when he was a kid, and he didn't actually have the money to afford a really good one that fit. So it just rolls around like a googly eye, all around.
Yeah, like a fucking Looney Tunes character. Yeah. If you if Baked Alaska would have bitch slapped him on the street there when he was looking like a goddamn big old wad of dough on legs, thing would have started rolling around. It would have made like a lottery machine noise.
Yeah. If you pull his arm, it goes around like a slot machine. Bar, 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 and then all the money pours out of his gut.
Out of his fucking belly. Yeah, out of his gut, his belly button.
All right. So, let's see. The same energy. malice.
All right. Do you want to read this, Alan? Are you reading? Or are you looking at the screen? Are
Yeah,
you
I'm
watching?
pretty good at public reading, I think. What? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
So we all know that Mersh has the same energy, denying he's reported pot awful, me, etc., as he has denied that he was involved with Owen Benjamin's CPS report. Mersh is the only one that was ever contacted by law enforcement, meaning the trail of evidence leads back only to him. Being that we now have proof that he is following bad faith police reports, I'm much more inclined to believe that it was him, incited by him or directly, behind Owen's false police report. The record shows that the person who reported Mr. Benjamin used a VPN. I wonder who used those. But since the VPNs are effectively useless against modern police internet tracking, they are able to see it came from New York at a place with free Wi-Fi. This is something you might see on, The Wire or The Sopranos. Detective likely connected the dots, and when they found out that Mersh was in New York attempting to visit family, he got stood up during mass. Naturally, he was the most likely to have crossed that line. So what is Mersh to do when he gets a phone call from Detective Tiffany Dobbins? He thought there was no way he could be tracked down. He scrambles to find what he thinks is a plausible scapegoat. He pulls this handful of names from his hat full of people who have made jokes about him in the past, and in total bad faith constructs an absurd story where he is the victim. He's the only holdout on accepting that the road trip to Ursa Manor video was a harmless joke. Not only did my troll video make him overreact and look bad, he was livid that I had took the words that he said about David Walsh's dog being raped to death and commented on David's video about it, changing it, interchanging David's dog out and putting it in Mersh's family members in its place. Zen Rhino or Frozen Asian took a screenshot and sent it to Mersh trying to get clout. So Mersh tells the detective in the email that it's all some conspiracy theory by Jesse, Walsh, Porcelain, Allen, and Kiwi Farms to try and shift focus to them, all while emailing Owen, trying to get him not to pursue charges and let it go, as if he was being altruistic towards the Spurs who reported him. And then I say, and imagine when something like, "Oh look, these Spurs did the same thing to me. I don't even care." I mean, come on, they're Spurs. Their lives are sad. And then Owen loses interest, the case reaches dead end, and Mersh is off the hook, at least for the time being.
Fast forward to now, all it would take is a phone call, an email, or two in order to get the ball rolling, get Mersh prosecuted. Think of all the information Mersh has put out into the world that is admissible in this case. 1, he gave a bad faith report to the police while knowing what he was saying was not true. 2, he thinks he is untouchable.
He thinks he's untouchable. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
And
Al.
has been committing various other crimes like defrauding the medical system to score amphetamines, defrauding Second 8 in the RS. Has he really been defrauding to get amphetamines?
Yeah,
He
Adderall.
was bragging
I
about it
remember
on a
that.
show.
I
He was
remember
like-
that.
he's like,
he
yeah.
bragged about it on Twitter too. Go ahead.
He's oh my god, that dude really is an idiot. If you're going to defraud something, don't
talk about it publicly,
Yeah.
you fucking idiot. But anyway, go ahead, Alan.
geez,
Read the rest of
yeah.
that.
And I can explain how he's defrauding Section 8 too and the IRS. But number 3, he's committing hate crimes against people like James Clark. It's fine when he's, making jokes and all that and laughing at their videos. But when he's actually harassing them and, like the people are now getting phone calls saying that they're going to be killed, that's crossing the line. He incites his fans to stalk and harass people. He calls marks. I mean, once you call them marks, that's how is a prosecutor not going to use that to convince the entire jury? And number 5, he clearly has a dangerous addiction to controlled substances and has lied about on at least 2 4473s, which are the forms that you fill out when you buy a firearm. A prosecutor would have an absolute field day with all the evidence of Mersh's crimes and poor character. How he's a habitual liar, and even to people he claims to care about, he will sell the same lies to save face. If he is charged and convicted or any one of these crimes, Royce may very likely be an accessory since the money and funding from these criminal operations goes through their joint owned LLC. If he is ever charged, I just go on as saying that I plan to open up a civil lawsuit against him, seek damages for pain and suffering. And since he is on record saying that he makes $20,000 a month, it would actually be pretty fair settlement to ask for about $40,000 each for me, Jesse, Porcelain, David Walsh, and maybe even $40,000 for Owen Benjamin. So that's only 8 or 9 months of income, which I think is being quite generous because the average settlement for this kind of lawsuit is about $230,000 per person. And then I go into saying that we had to, to actually collect the money, we couldn't go through Mersh. We had to put a lien on Royce's house. But I imagine that wouldn't, be too long of a payout as long as he doesn't owe like the IRS or anything or have other liens. Because the way he's going about James is likely to land him in prison as well, which would mean that his house gets foreclosed upon.
Uh-huh.
And that's the end.
So wait, Royce is going after this. I'm not familiar with the James Clark thing at all. Like,
yeah, James Clark, to put shortly, he's kind of like a hopeless romantic with a little bit of a learning disability or mental handicap. So he fell in love with this chick, thousands of miles away in Argentina. And she was of course, feeding into it at first, and then it got a little stalkery, he was just constantly looking for her, constantly making videos about her, but it was harmless, he was never acting out of malice, never wanted to hurt her or anything, he just really liked her. Whereas, Mersh and them, they're like, this guy's a fucking stalker, he's a psychopath, and that justifies us treating him like shit and, trying to, dox him, threaten his life, make phone calls to him all the time, find out his email, get in contact with people adjacent to him.
They go after you. You mentioned the thing with Marks, and I mean they go after retards online, like actual legit mentally disabled people.
Yeah, what was that? I'm sorry to cut you off, Sammy, but what was that mentally disabled guy somewhere out there in Tennessee chopping wood that they used to make?
Oh, E-Frog.
Yeah, E-Frog. Yeah, they literally a fucking mentally handicapped dude. I'm sorry, Sammy. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Their goal is to, either torment these people or trick them into being or doing something, that'll get them arrested or crazy or hurt somebody. Because that means more content for them, which means more donations from people going, oh my god, this is the best.
That's the goal. Ultimately, no matter what the process or what the in the middle is, it's to get them more content. That's the goal.
Yeah, more content means more donations.
Which I mean, I think it's
right.
I think it's one thing to tease people. I think it's another thing to maliciously lead people, especially those who might not be totally cognizantly aware of things, to purposely mislead them into doing.
Yeah, and for a hate crime in this fashion to occur, all you have to do is maliciously, if you find out information that someone's a stalker, they have an arrest record, and you use that to harass them, you've just committed a hate crime. No different. Oh, you're black, so I can treat you like less than human.
Pretty much.
Well, I mean,
it's laughing at
we're losing you out. We're losing you out.
That's life.
Is it me?
Is that better?
Is it just me, Sammy, or are we losing Alan?
No,
I don't know.
Alan is kind of chopping out a little bit.
I'm doing a robot voice.
Okay, now you're better.
I don't know. Say chicken to China, the Chinese chicken.
Ollie, oxen free.
There we go. That was good.
Yeah, you're good now.
Okay. What was I talking about?
I don't know. something about
Mersh
Oh, hate
writing
crimes.
on, yeah.
hate crimes and shit. But yeah, I was gonna say that I don't think that fucking with people online. Well, never mind. I don't know
There's definitely a line somewhere. Like
there is
if you're
definitely a
filing
line.
false police reports against people and actually like finding out their phone number and call. That's the thing. Like like if they weren't finding out he gave out his email, but they're posing to be lawyers and all that, and they just have complete disregard for anything morally consistent.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's
And
speaking of
it's going to come back to bite them.
Speaking of morally consistent, I saw that clip. I believe, know whose fucking Twitter feed that was, but Mersh saying that everyone hates him now, and him and Royce now because they're morally consistent. They've been so morally consistent.
Oh yeah.
And I thought about it, and
Well,
I'm like, dude, Hitler, literally, Adolf fucking Hitler. I've never heard a single argument ever from anybody ever about his moral consistency. If anything, he's been praised resoundingly from people that praise him for his moral consistency. Like, you don't hear about the KKK being hated because they're morally consistent. It's because whatever their morals are bad compared to what the other people think. Or you know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's not about the
To his
consistency
credit,
of those morals.
he didn't say if those morals were good or bad. So he's basically telling us that he's hated. They're hated because they have shit morals and they're consistent with it, meaning they won't listen to reason or stop when they've crossed the line. They just keep doubling down and doubling down and doubling down.
Well, and then Royce and Mersh have also both said on their show openly, we're not good people.
Right.
Right. So, like, to me, which, I mean, okay, to be fair, like, I don't know too many actual YouTubers, at least in our circle, are trying to claim to be saints. But if you're going to say openly on YouTube, I'm not a good person, right? You can't then like freak out when the law comes and you're like, but I'm not a bad person,
Yeah, or when people question
Hello,
your integrity. You know what I mean? Like if you want to portray yourself on the internet, you want to make money on the internet and you want to get bigger, the more people that come in, if you want to play this game of like, whatever the fuck you think you're doing, holes are gonna be poked, dude. Like your caricature is gonna be made into Swiss cheese. And if you're gonna be fake, it's gonna come out every fucking time. And I guess that's what I was alluding to earlier, is all these e-celebs, most of them, 98% of them, I would say, that get popularity, they feel like they get some sort of head about themselves that they have to maintain some sort of air and whatever. Like instead of
it's because
just
they were nothing before it.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. They were nothing before it, so they fill this void here. They get some sort of notoriety, and then they're lost in that void.
And
I mean, I get it because
It's
I'm nothing. I'm nothing too.
pure.
I could see myself, especially 10 years ago, falling into this sort of thing. Like I could see it. I'm not a fucking paragon of anything good. I promise you. But I'm also not. I work my ass off, shit jobs. I'm not trying to be a personality on the internet. I'm here being Sammy's friend, trying to make him money.
But
Anyway, that's besides the point.
I mean, but to that point too, I think it's the thing too of like because here's what happens with like lots of celebrities is usually they'll gain like overnight success and they don't know how to handle it, so it comes at them all at once. and then they burn out super, super fast. That's what happened with. I mean, that's what happened with Kurt. I mean, just to use a popular name that everyone knows, Kurt Cobain. You know, might be like a.
Yeah, Courtney killed that dude. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's obvious that Courtney whacked him, but I'm talking like even before, she murdered him. You know, that dude, he like had issues beforehand, and fame compounded that. So, am I saying, am I comparing Owen to Kurt Cobain? No, because Kurt Cobain was actually you know, people actually liked him and still like his music in terms of the.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, and to be honest with you,
I think
everybody
he
that
ruined a generation.
they did, he did, and he.
Wow, woe is me.
Yeah, the people that liked him then are bad. The people that like him now, unironically, are so much fucking worse. These fucking kids. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't even want to get into that.
No, let's hear the Kurt Cobain rant. This ought to be.
Dave Grohl was the only thing that came. Dave Grohl was the only good thing that came out of Nirvana.
Thank you.
The only thing that would make Nirvana the only thing that would make Nirvana's existence better is if Dave Grohl killed Kurt Cobain.
You know,
And
that would make it interesting.
You know,
yeah, it would be awesome.
You know, it is the internet.
Kurt Cobain.
You know,
Kurt no brain, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Kurt no brain, because it's in the ceiling. You get it?
Too soon. Oh wait, it's almost 30 years.
No. According to South Park Globe, we're well beyond, I believe.
Hey, listen.
You could tell he's mentally fucked in the head when he named his kid Francis Bean.
Well, you could tell he was mentally fucked in the head when he plastered it onto the ceiling. Again, it's just hard to use the same joke again, but it was right there. You could see it all right there.
No,
you don't even need a microphone.
Perfect.
No, you can tell he was fucking in the head when he hooked up with Courtney Love, or as I call her, Courtney Hate Fuck.
Yeah, well, heroin's a hell of a drug, brother.
But
Look, hold on. Larry in the chat is saying dark. So you were talking in the beginning about Alec Baldwin and your dark sense of humor, and we have led you down a much darker path, and we're gonna keep going. I'm sorry to bring light to it. We should continue.
Listen. I find it weird that Courtney Love is also claiming that Ted Nugent raped her, considering that like Ted Nugent was already like famous way before she was even.
I wish you raped her. I wish you raped her with one of those fucking firearms that he wheels around.
I don't think she could be raped. I think she's such a whore that anyone that shows her interest, she's all right.
I don't know, man. Shove a fucking 410 in that pussy.
Just give me $50. Yeah, it's a hole. Literally.
Yeah, literally all the way through her spine.
The name of her band.
I'll put a condom on it, bitch, I promise.
You might...
Sliding a condom on the tip of a fucking shotgun. Say goodnight.
You might need two. You might need two condoms for that.
Bro, they make... I'm pretty sure they
You need a condom bomb.
Yeah.
We'll just double wrap it in a Magnum. It's fine. I promise the buckshot will not penetrate into your cervix and through your spine. I promise.
It's like throwing a hot dog down a hallway.
put a
Come here,
magnum
bitch.
put a magnum on a magnum. So
Yeah, you know what? Just for safe measure,
Put a
we'll
magnum ran through his brain.
yeah, just for safe measure, we'll put a high-powered magnet on the other side of that magnum round. You want to get
so
dark, mother? Let's go.
um you might need a you might need a a hefty bag. Well, so
Bullshit, nigga. You're gonna need a whole fucking like 300 feet of drop cloth and a bunch of tape and at least 3 full-grown men.
well, I know I'm breaching patient confidentiality here, but Johnny Arcade confessed to me that he was actually molested by Courtney Love as
I believe him.
as a
Believe all Johnny Arcades, man. I'm on board with that.
as a teenager, and that's the reason why Johnny wears a hoodie all the time.
Hey, hey, what's your name? Fucking Johnny. Oh shit. Come here, boy. Come here. Fucking, you like cocaine, Johnny? Come here. Mm-mm. Take you into this back
Yo
room.
Ames should take a page out of Courtney's book.
Yeah, yeah. Well. Yo Ames, Owen had to keep her locked up because he heard that the rape machine was coming. So
Choo choo.
and oh shit,
See,
yeah.
look, he's got a train horn on there for the autistic bitches too. You see, he tricks the retards in as well.
Well,
They think it's
I'm not sure
shh,
that
shh, shh, shh,
I'm
shh.
not
It's okay,
sure
Sammy.
she's
It's okay. It's okay. It's fine.
I'm not sure she's autistic, but she is retarded for marrying the big fat idiot. So
Oh god damn it! I love you, dude. Anyway,
It's got to be some sort of like contract where like her parents sold her into some sort of sex slavery like breeding program, and she has to stay with them, otherwise they'll kill her family back home.
we're talking about Mrs. Benjamin.
Yes, Yo Ames,
Oh god, old
the
Ames.
kombucha maker / does everything at her house.
Old Ames. You guys remember when Owen was posting her breastfeeding? The several times he did so.
yeah, while simultaneously telling guys not to masturbate on the same stream. I remember those. And yeah, that made spamming bear discords with hustler pics even funnier.
She got the Playboy full spread.
Mm-hmm. But
I think we lost Apex.
I think Apex might have gotten kidnapped by I think Royce or someone might be at his house or something.
No, someone much scarier. But no, I got a message. It got my attention.
Oh, speaking of internet weirdos, why is Vox hacked into your webcam now at Apex?
What? Say that again. I'm sorry.
Why is Vox hacking into your webcam now? And he's making comic books about you and your your little Paquito Burrito girlfriend.
Listen, man. If I was a cute little mouse with tits, and she was too, I would be fine with that analogy. But if anything, he's hacked into her. Goddamn, sorry. Hacked into her webcam and has made them into mice. Because I have no idea the context, dude. But yeah, I thought it was funny. It made me laugh.
Did someone send that to you or?
Yeah, actually, our very good friend, Scorpio, sent that to me. I haven't talked to him in a minute, and he was like, "This was a comic. This is part of a comic strip in one of Vox Day's stupid little things." I thought it was funny, and it literally made me laugh out loud. I was at work and I read it. I don't know what it like. I have no idea what it means, what the context is, but again, it made me laugh. I don't know. I guess one of those mouses has a boyfriend named Apex? A mouse named Apex? Like, where does that come from? Strange.
And that's strange. That's strange. You know, you are chairman of the Gammas.
Well, no. Look, I am I'm like I'm gonna butcher this, but if anyone has watched the Netflix what is it? Fuck. The crystal something with the vultures as the bad people and the little God damn it. It's an old 70s show that they remade.
What, He-Man?
Dark Crystal. Dark
Oh,
Crystal.
Dark
No,
Crystal.
the Dark Crystal. I think the show is called The Dark Crystal. Maybe. Something like that. But there is one of the vulture creatures who they're like the Jews, apparently, of this universe, right? They're like they got their little council and they're all fucking decrepit and inbred and disgusting. In this analogy, those are the gammas. I am the gamma that they blow the horn to like bring in to like hunt down the little God damn it. I told you I was going to butcher it. But yeah, no, I'm one of them. I'm one of the gammas for sure, but I'm just the best of them. And I don't know what that means. But
So
can we end the show?
The apex.
Huh? What?
It's almost
Yeah,
like you're the apex of the game.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
So wait, did you just admit to being Jewish then? Is that what I'm?
Well, look, I am German. I'm very German, and my lineage traces directly back to that, that most controversial time in our modern history. No, I'm not Jewish.
I know who is Jewish though.
I could be. I could be. Is the point? German Jews, Anyway, go ahead.
No, Alan. Who were you gonna say is Jewish?
A guy by the name of Michael Shealy.
Well, I mean, he.
No, see that sounds Jewish, man.
Yeah.
Very Jewish.
You can't.
That's like so Jewish. It's self-loathing Jewish, which is like top tier of Jewish.
Well, but listen, I'm an Italian guy.
The most retarded of guys.
I've watched this.
I'm
not Jewish. My name is Mike Shealy, and I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and I'm Italian.
I used to manage a strip club, and I used to do cheap cocaine off of the, fat strippers' belly buttons.
He swears he was such a great strip club manager, but he got fired and he's still not employed in another strip club. Normally, people that are good at something are employed in that field.
Well, when you dress like an emo vampire, I mean,
Yeah.
even
Look, man, you're scaring away the customers. They come for the girls, they leave because they see you.
even strippers have standards. Not very high ones, but still. Standard.
Alan,
I believe he did get laid by strippers, but it was probably the worst. Yeah.
Are you walking dogs down the highway right now for your job?
No,
because you're a dog walker.
Standing in a ring.
Oh, okay. Just kidding. I was trying to be funny. So,
At least some people are getting it right that I groom as well.
Oh yeah, that's right. You groom.
Your dog groomer as well.
Yep.
Meaning he brushes them and whatnot. He's not the
Yeah, I don't get him prepared for Epstein's sex cult. I'm not like, hey, little doggy. Yeah. You like bacon? Dogs don't know it's not.
Hold on. I just learned that Amy is pregnant again.
Fourth?
Is that true?
He can't even take care of the first one.
There's two. There's two of them.
No, there's three.
Now there's a third. Apparently, there is a third one.
There's a third one, and then if she.
Jesus Christ.
And then if she's.
All with
that really,
is it all
listen,
with Amy, or is Cherry in there too?
Hold on, guys. I have to express how much hope it gives me that such fucking mental handicaps can be so prosperous and give so much life to this world. It makes me so happy that fucking retards, literal retards, can make so many babies so comfortably. It's great. It's great. I'm very happy about that. I just want everyone to know that.
And
that is one of the great things about America. Even the worst mentally retarded people can find love through donations on the internet and
grift themselves to a fucking rural paradise. Multiple of them, actually, at this point. Scaling upwards. Spiraling upwards, in fact. As one might say.
Failing upwards.
Crumbling upwards.
Meanwhile, what the hell am I doing? I'm just out here trying to look for a sugar mama, and oops, I've said too much already.
Sammy, you know what you need, buddy? Sammy needs a
wingman. I thought
wingman.
Brew was going to take you in.
Well, Brew's too far away, bro. Sammy needs a wingman. Sammy needs... I hate to say it, but Sammy's going to have to pay for me to move down to Florida and move in with him and absorb those costs so that I can, be his wingman and get him some pussy.
I mean...
Let's make a road trip out to Florida.
Dude, let's fucking go.
Now, to clarify, Alan and Apex are coming out to my house, so there's no need to panic, Mersh, because they're not coming to your house. At least not without me.
We might go around Tampa a little bit and look for, like some strike first, strike hard, no mercy shirts.
I
The
mean,
local gas station.
shit. We've got those here. Probably. I mean, it's Florida. You can find anything in Florida.
We definitely won't be in Davenport.
No. I did I thought I saw Royce the other day, but it turned out to be just another Cuban guy. So um, but anyway,
They do all look alike.
so yeah, I mean I it'll be interesting to see what happens with this whole thing. Uh
Indeed. I'm very excited actually to hear and see how specifically this whole police report thing goes down because as a very wise man said, if Mersch denies these said claims, he is fucked because apparently it's real. It's going to come back the same on all fronts. Now, on the chance that it is fake, it's still funny because I have literally laughed.
If it's
throughout
fake,
this.
they did an amazing job because it looks exactly like the toy I got for Owen.
well, and also,
Like they mastered the template. They didn't show ghosting marks of changing text. If they did fake it, they spent a lot. But I think it's real. And Porcelain is going to be doing his own FOIA, and which makes me think that the Mercury is coming out. And if that's in there,
Oh my god, I hope
that's
so.
another thing.
That would be so good.
I mean,
Old middle of the road Porcelain, huh? Huh? You guys know, huh?
that Porcelain guy is a real battle axe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, middle of the road Porcelain. I've actually volunteered for Porcelain to make a documentary on me. I'll tell him all the embarrassing stuff he needs.
Sammy, once we make enough money, buddy, I'll pay him to make a documentary on you. All right? Once you start paying me, then I'll pay him to make a documentary on you.
Well, I mean, listen, I'm not, all I'm saying is I would rather just him put out like all my embarrassing shit out now, and just get it over with early on. So.
Well, again, let's do that so we can.
He's all like, Sammy P sitting down.
Oh, he's got me. He's got me there. I actually do peace sitting down. Honestly, urinals are highly overrated for the most part.
They're awful to take shits in.
Oh, believe me, I've watched a friend try. So
They don't have the flushing power.
no.
And the cakes are fucking disgusting.
Especially in if you go into any bathroom in New York City, it's like the AIDS crisis never left. Anyway.
Anyway. Any
further topics? Any other bridges we want to burn?
No. I honestly, I'm enjoying the warmth from this one. So
I want to say two things too.
do it. Say it,
Even
nigga.
even if you dislike Trump and you're glad that he is out of the White House, I see some of the ways that you motherfuckers be acting. So you have to admit that even if you hate Trump, I know you guys miss Melania in the White House as much as we do.
What's the daughter's name?
Well,
Ivanka?
there's Ivanka, and then there's
Ivanka's the one I missed.
I miss her too. Her husband, not so much.
Oh, she's married? Never mind.
Well,
To a fucking Jew.
listen, that's not gonna stop me.
Bum, 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 ba-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-dum, 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 ba-da-da-da, ba-da. Good night, everybody. Can we kill this thing, dude? I'm so tired.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Let's do the after show.
Yeah, let's get the
Alright,
after show going so I can fall asleep.
Thanks for tuning in.
Hold on. Time out. Let me send it out, Sammy. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining the Whitfield Report. Please subscribe at the Whitfield Report on all platforms, including Patreon / the Whitfield Report and
Spotify.
YouTube.com / the Whitfield Report and Twitter. Alan, do you got anything you want to plug?
Let's see, what's my channel name? Alan Powell, the Baba Yaga on YouTube.
Alan Powell,
And
the Baba Yaga on YouTube.
Yep.
At Burned Juice on YouTube or on Twitter, right?
Yeah.
All right. And me,
Thank
you
you.
can just forget about. I'm a figment of your imagination. I love you all, and have a very wonderful night.